Alright, we had a vid from Russell Mia. I probably said that so wrong. It's funny because I've been watching this guy for years too, bro. Alright, let's get into this. 10 most realistic WWE wrestle cells ever. In 2026 too, we had a lot of WrestleManias. I said WrestleMania. We had a lot of wrestlers that sells really good. Like, let's get into this, bro.
Oh, goodness! Holy Pete! What the hell is that?
There's nothing more important to a professional wrestling match than selling.
Ooh, that was
Even today,
nice.
in an age where wrestling promoters are inviting the viewing public into the writer's room, the way in which wrestlers react to moves being dished out to them is vital to the structure of the match.
For a fact.
Some wrestlers, like Shawn Michaels, at one time at SummerSlam 2005, are
The GOAT of selling.
prone to going a little overboard, but others, they got it spot on. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 of the most realistic WWE sells ever.
Keyword realistic. Not no flopping and for like a fish. Like, no, realistic, bro.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that
Let's see his list is.
videos. Number 10, Asuka's kick freezes Rhea Ripley. Although she's rarely given the chance to show it nowadays, Asuka remains one of the WWE's stiffest strikers, with a roundhouse kick being especially potent. Used as both a finishing and a signature move throughout her WWE tenure, the kick is always delivered with just enough force to emphasize its believability. But on a September 2025 Raw, Asuka pulled out her best round kick to date. Wrestling Rhea Ripley in what was ultimately a losing effort, Asuka used the kick as a great false finish spot. Her ankle connected cleanly with Rhea's head in the middle of the ring. Had the match ended there, nobody would have been up in arms about it. But the beauty here was in the way that Rhea sold a kick. Instead of falling straight back to the mat, she contorted her body, falling to her knees as her neck bent back. It expertly sold the brutality of Asuka's strikes, reminding fans that when given the platform to do so, the Empress of Tomorrow can be an assassin with her limbs. Number 9.
He cooked with that. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good example.
Dolph Ziggler becomes a ragdoll. One of the most explosive.
As always,
is Dolph
that's Dolph.
Ziggler. He's long been praised for the way he flings his body around the ring, and this was no different when he walked into the 2012 Money in the Bank show. Competing in one of the two titular matches, Dolph Ziggler was left out to rot after being tossed out by Tensai. Grabbing the show off by the throat, the former Prince Albert chucked Dolph over the announce desk without breaking a sweat, leaving Ziggler hilariously lying upside down on the leather chair. This is exactly how anybody would react to taking such a sudden impact to the body. To use the most extreme example, Dolph looked as though he'd been involved in a nasty car accident. Now, even though this incident occurred almost 14 years ago, Dolph Ziggler hasn't changed his wrestling style one bit. Despite now being 45 years old. He spoke to IGN shortly after his Money in the Bank win in 2012, explaining why he'll never tone down his in-ring style.
Sometimes, bro, it's okay to like be the person that takes the move, you know? It's not a bad thing. People in wrestling like think it's like, oh, he's that's bad and you're not getting over. But like realistically, bro, you need to win to get over. You don't need to win to get a championship. You know what I mean? You don't need to feel like a champion to get by having a championship. Like sometimes it's just the art of the game. Like you have a place to be filled, you know? Like some people is great at selling, some people is great at the mic work, some people is great at wrestling itself, etc., etc. You feel me? So he particularly like top notch, like the best seller in the game. I ain't gonna lie, like strictly Hall of Fame worthy. Like, and that's nothing to be ashamed for at all either, you know? Nothing, because, like, who you didn't think about is the best seller in wrestling history. Like, he's going to be named for sure, you know? And that's not a bad thing at all.
You know, all I can say is that I've always seen myself as an entertainer. I've always wanted to be a superstar in sports and
Sports entertaining. Like, it's not...
entertainer. And a lot of people ask me when I'm going to take it easy in the ring, now that I've been around for a while and got some fans behind me, or now that I've won Money in the Bank and won the contract. The answer is never. I'm never satisfied. I'm never going to tone it down a notch or just go through the motions. That would keep me up at night, and I already can't sleep at night. I go out there and do everything 100% every time. When I put my body on the line, it's to entertain the fans, because I have to. I have to be the best.
See, that's a perfect saying. It's a perfect quote. Perfect day way to deliver your message, you know?
And we also can't forget to mention Dolph Ziggler's incredible sell when Goldberg absolutely demolished him with the spear. Probably one of the best spear sells of all time.
Made Goldberg look like $1 million.
Number 8, stunning Bret Hart. Bret Hart understood the art of selling better than anybody else. Perhaps the most famous example of subtle storytelling, the Hitman brilliantly sold his entire July 94 Raw match versus the 1-2-3 Kid with one facial expression, being taken aback when the rookie scored the first takedown. 2 years later, the 1996 Survivor Series, Bret's proficiency in...
It be the little things too, bro. It be the little things, bro. The little things.
Expression, being taken aback when the rookie...
Look at that. It be the little things that you can get the person to feel. In wrestling, bro, you gotta feel. Like, it's not about winning or losing. It's like, at the end of the day, did that consumer of wrestling, does that customer, the person that's in the seat, feel the emotion that's, like, whatever's in the arena? Like, you know? Like, even as a bad pop or a good pop, if they popped, if they cheered, if they boo, that's a good thing. That's a win. Like... But like, bro, with this, that even the little top notch, like that top notch, everyone think about like, oh, he probably got he probably got me. Like, 1, 2, 3 Kid finally got me. Like, you know, that's damn.
Scored the first takedown. 2 years later, the 1996 Survivor Series, Bret's proficiency in selling was again displayed when he took on Stone Cold Steve Austin and got stunned without any pomp and circumstance. Austin grabbed Bret's head to escape a sleeper hold and dropped to a seated position, drilling his own head into Hart's jaw, leaving the excellence of execution clutching at his jugular just to let in some air. His selling of the soon...
That was a nice sell. That was nice. Smart. Unique too, like, you know.
The legendary finisher was as though he was having a mid-match asthma attack. It's a sell that deserves to be discussed more when talking about the stunner. This one feels genuinely more realistic than others, like The Rock flopping around the ring and Scott Hall's leap up into the air at WrestleMania.
Sometimes you don't gotta do too much, you know. It's cool too. Same time, especially looking at it for the first moment. Like, after a while, everyone is flopping like a fish. No, bro. Like, sometimes take it like a stunner. Like, you just got your neck just bound. Like, obviously you can't breathe. Like, you know. Like
WrestleMania 18, both of which aren't as realistic as this one. This one was a true stunner. Number 7, Penta spikes JD McDonough. Much like it was when P.T. Williams was using it in TNA, Penta's Mexican destroyer is always a delight to witness.
I know.
Most of the joy coming from the cell. Almost everyone who Penta drives straight into the mat ends up doing a forced headstand, landing perfectly upright on their head, and some like Chad Gable will actually hold that position for a couple of seconds.
Chad
McDonough had a different approach, however, when he fought the ex-AEW star on Raw's May 5th, 2025 episode. Having just missed his picturesque top rope moonsault, the Irishman, now bent over, was taken to the mat by Penta's flipping piledriver, and it looked as though his neck had crumbled in the process. The expert selling continued when Penta rolled him over for the pin, as his body looked genuinely lifeless. As cool as the Chad Gable example always looks, JD selling is genuinely lifeless.
Seeing that cool in real time, bro, live, straight through, it's like a, oh my gosh, look at the cell. Perfect, bro. Even with Penta too, he gave it his all too. Oh, I'm muted. Oops.
Move that compresses the neck should be taken. Number 6, putting Roman to sleep. The CM Punk's go to sleep is one of those moves that can be sold in a variety of ways. The most common is to simply fall backwards to the mat after being kneed in the face.
Yeah, of course.
The second best go-to is to land on your feet, swing your head back for a second in dramatic fashion, and then just fall.
Like you got knocked out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But one of the best reactions to the move, though, came in April of 2025 when Roman Reigns was sent to sleep. Having just invoked his favor from Paul Heyman ahead of WrestleMania 41, Punk got into it with Reigns, ending the segment by hitting the OTC with a go to sleep. Roman's selling of the move was crisp. He landed on his feet as his nose met Punk's knee, and he followed it by swinging his body sideways to the mat. He was lying in a heap, kind of like Peter Griffin. For a move that is supposed to be sending you to sleep, this is exactly how you should be selling.
Yeah.
Remaining on for even just 1 second, or worse still, doing any sort of flip reaction.
I peeped that he started doing like the double GTS.
Like Evan Bourne used to. Maybe
I wonder if they put that in 2K26.
Still one of the most protected finishes in WWE. Number 5, taking out the boss. Adam Pearce was a great independent wrestler in his own right before he joined WWE in the early 2010s as an on-screen authority figure. His past tenure as an in-ring performer benefits his current role well, allowing him to get physical when required and looking good while doing so. The best example of this came during the pandemic-era SmackDown in January 2021. Forced into a gauntlet match where the winner would challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title at the Royal Rumble, Pearce actually won that match, pinning Shinsuke Nakamura after both were taken out by Reigns and Jey Uso. For Pearce, it was a super kick from Jey that left him lifeless.
That was fire. That was a nice sell, bro.
Jey that left him lifeless.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Pearce sold a move like a blast to the heart.
I don't even remember this too.
Balanced on his feet for a few seconds before he then collapsed. The WWE's production techniques while filming the assault helped massively, capturing the exact moment Jey's foot hit Adam in the mouth in a close-up angle before zooming out as he fell to the ground. It goes without saying that there's an overabundance of super kicks in modern wrestling, not all of which are must-see, but when it produces sales like this, it's must-see television. Number 4, a spiking RKO. Between the Seth Rollins one, the Evan Bourne one, the JD McDonough one, and everything else in between, Randy Orton's RKO has evolved into a constant cycle of jaw-dropping stunts, and has even become a popular meme. But sadly, that's resulted in this RKO on Ricochet flying under the radar. Interrupting Ricochet's match with Drew McIntyre from Raw's October 28, 2019 episode, the Viper slid into the ring off camera, which was a fantastic production decision by the way, and legitimately spiked the high flyer into the mat, resulting in a landing not unlike a Penta-Mexican destroyer. Pausing the clip at just the right moment will provide you with an entertaining visual of Ricochet's face being splattered across the canvas.
That was a nice sell.
Ricochet took the stunning RKO after having landed on his feet from a missed 450 splash attempt, and then doing a forward roll makes his impeccable sell job even more remarkable. Number 3, Kevin Owens finally does the package pile driver. The latest in a long line of WWE signees who are
was it against Cody? I'm bugging.
Kevin Owens' package pile driver was last seen in his Ring of Honor days, most notably in 2011's Final Battle, where he spiked El Generico, who may or may not transformed into Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn. Yeah.
Through 2 ladders. This was an absolute no-no in WWE.
Yeah,
there was an outright ban on all pile drivers. The pop-up powerbomb was an adequate replacement, but audiences longed to see the package pile driver once again, a desire that they got when WWE brought back Saturday Night's
it was
main event.
with Cody Rhodes. Okay, I know I wasn't bugging.
WWE title from Cody Rhodes, Owens ambushed the American Nightmare post-match and drilled him into the mat with his deadly finisher. The spot received audible
look at that. Look at that.
excitement and concern for Rhodes, who sold a
That looks deadly, bro. Oh my gosh.
package pile.
Look at that, bro. Like, how can you fake that? You know what I'm saying?
As though a grenade had just gone off.
Yeah.
His body went limp. For once, the fake stretcher job was very convincing. Number 2, cutting down the final boss.
Chef
Adding
kiss.
the gut-splinting finisher to his repertoire once he became the powerhouse of the Shield in 2012, Roman Reigns' spirit achieved world-class status. Though like many of the other iconic finishing moves, much of its prestige can be attributed to the sell job of the person on the receiving end. Dolph Ziggler, Shane McMahon, and AJ Styles are among
that Shane McMahon one.
the person on the receiving end. Dolph Ziggler, Shane McMahon, and AJ Styles are among the best takers from Reigns' history of using the move. However, at WrestleMania 40, an accidental spear to his cousin and tag team partner for the evening gave his spear its most realistic sell to date. Tagging with the Rock opposite Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, an inadvertent collision saw Reigns slice through the Rock, who was seemingly aiming for an Oscar. He yelled out in pain as though he'd been struck by a truck. Roman's own reaction helped further nail down the intensity and impact of the situation, providing WWE with an easy video package shot should the dream match between the Tribal Chief and the final boss ever happen.
He's perfect. Yeah.
And number 1, a security guard sells better than anyone. The traditional sell for a crossroads will see a wrestler
I remember this. I forgot who did it, bro.
Some such as Chad Gable will take a different
it was some old
on the head. This was a sell
was it Cody?
Independent wrestler David Goldie, who was hired by WWE to play during a late June 2024 episode.
Yeah, I remember this. Everyone was talking about this.
The brawl between Cody, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens,
the security guard is still really good.
Grabbed the cosplaying security
Let me see this.
The canvas, with Goldie subsequently bouncing off the mat and out of the ring. It was equal parts hilarious and vicious. Shortly after the incredible moment during a sit-down interview with Chris Van Vliet,
That
Cody
was
declared
all
it
over
as one of his
X.
best sells of his
That was
crossroads
all
ever.
over X,
All I know
bro.
about it is the kid trains at the Monster Factory. If anything, that was a testament to the Monster Factory, because I can tell, depending by where somebody puts their hand, what they're trying to do. I could tell, and brother was going for a header. I was like, you're gonna kill yourself here, bro. You know you didn't have to do it that way. But yeah, it's up there. Will we probably see the security guard in the WrestleMania 50 main event one day? But there you have it, folks. The 10 most realistic WWE sells ever.
W video, bro. W video, bro.
Wrestling Con.
W video, bro. Alright. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Yo, what was the best sell, bro? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Who had the best sell out of the list he just brought? That Adam Pearce one was fire. But the power driver is,
with his deadly.
come on. I think this is the winner. I ain't gonna lie. It's up there on his list for sure already. You know? The RKO, I personally saw better RKO styles. But for sure the power driver. Oh my gosh. The Dolph one too. That was fire. Either the Dolph one or the... Actually, no, the security guard. The security guard did good too. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I was damn. That was the best sells, bro. Realistically, sells. Not no floppy, fishy, blah blah blah. Like, you know, crying for water type of sell. But no, bro. Like, that was a realistic sell. Oh, that Roman Reigns one too. I forgot. All right, let me get out of here. I'm talking too much. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like, appreciate y'all for that. Follow me on all platforms. I'm on TikTok, Instagram. You know, I go live, etc., etc. I like wrestling just like you, bro. Just tune in, tap into me, bro. Let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Later.